How's it going, everybody? Beaverworx Race Shop. This time I'm going to show you a little bit of the what can you do with an M2 M2 machines. You got to admit, when you look at these things, they are some of the coolest castings out there. They're just awesome. I'm a Mopar fan, so of course got a pair of Roadrunners down here. My first one was actually a Super B. We're going to tell that sad story in a different video. But overall, here's a big old Super Bird. I'm going to walk through. This guy's still fresh. I haven't done anything to him yet. And I'm going to do a slow burn vid on this guy when I do him up. But just to show you some different options of what you can do with the M2s. My second project was this beast. We see him in the videos all the time. 100 grams of freaking Caddy. Look at that. And yes, those are FTEs. And I've got some footage around somewhere. This was one of my first ones, and I had to hog that guy out to get those FTEs to go into this casting. You can see underneath the hood there how much far those wheels are dug in to the engine compartment. Oh yeah. But there's the that's an M2 1959 Caddy. Huh? One of my favorites, and pretty much undefeated. This track has not defeated it yet. Now I'm sure you have all seen the IROC set that came in the 3-pack. It was apparently only, well, what did the pack say? I don't know. It was something like 750 worldwide, so you can call this 749 now. So I loved it because I loved the IROC out of there. The IROC is beautiful. Well, I guess they're all IROCs, but this was just one of the paint job and looked great. And for an M2, this doesn't happen very often, but the wheels actually spun pretty good. They usually take them and ram them down so hard in those and the cases that it bends the axles. But this one's not so bad. As a matter of fact, I got the parchment paper down here, and you saw the Real Rider trick where I was dipping him in the glue, and I did that with this guy. And unbelievable results. And so then I crammed the casting full of some dry lube, and this thing flies down my track as is. Freaked me out. And the other one out of the pack is up here. This is still a work in progress because I want to know different things you can do with the M2 casting. So yeah, if you can see that, I don't recommend doing this because it does work, but it was a pain. And I'm not sure on the testing results yet. They flow pretty good. And I actually, if you can see in the light there, drilled the center of those out. And I'll open this thing up when I do the Superbird vid. And I'll show you because I actually axle tube axles and independently spin. You know, the M2s are usually a solid axle. Now the back wheels work really good, but the fronts not so much. I got the axle tube in wonky, and those wheels just kind of get wonky to get that hole drilled completely center. And as you can see there, I did not get that hole drilled center, so that ended up giving us a wonky wheel. So that's going back to the drawing board. I might actually take the third one, which I'm going to gut and put probably FTEs in, just as a comparison. We'll see. it's up on the mountain right now, so we have to leave him up there. Moving on, then we get onto this guy. Big old slug welded into there. Even 50 grams with the original axles. The axles I have actually taken out, polished them, filled it full of dry lube, done multiple coats and multiple sandings on these wheels. So this is probably about four coats, sanding in between, coating, drying, sanding, coating, drying, sanding on these wheels. And those were, your typical right off the shelf M2 wheels that had all the rubber and the grip on them. You can still see the original rims, and this thing flies. So I'm actually going to be doing a race vid. We'll hand them over to the Igloo Proving Grounds and let Beaverworx fire them down the track a few times. This one is still a work in progress to see what I've done with that guy, because look at that blower. Look at the blower. These guys do such good detail. And even the rims on this thing was pretty sweet. So I had to keep them. And this is what that hard shell looks like after you've got it on there real nice. This is about what I had to do with this guy is I went over the coats. So I probably went about 5-6 coats on this, because I was actually able to sand this thing back straight again. Now you can see it's still got a little bit of a wank, because those solid axles straight through, if they don't set those rims, and they never do, you've always got a bit of a wank in it. And you can actually remove a lot of that wank, warble, by putting some glue on there and sanding her down. And it'll take out the high spots. On top of that, and then, here, this guy's not actually screwed together, so I'll show you what else has been done to this guy so far. Pull him out, and there, you can see the big old slug. And again, trying to keep the weight as low as possible in this, and to keep a full interior. Look at that. Boop. I've still got some gaps to fill in on this one, but you can see, even when I pop that little slug of lead out of there, that's how much of the original frame's been hollowed out to get that hunk in there. And then this has just been I don't file or anything else like that. And make sure you if you want to, you can wear gloves. This is lead, but lead, come on, it's not like uranium or anything, so you still can handle it. Wash your hands afterwards, and don't ram your fingers in your mouth and in your eyeball or up your nose. I'm sorry. Anyways, so yeah, there you go. That's what's going on with this guy so far. And I'm expecting that once I get this one dialed in, it'll be very comparable to what the Hot Wheels are running on the track. We'll see how it works out. And then there, once you get her all back together again, you got the original wheels, the pimped rims, the original interior. And I'm thinking I can bring this, haven't scaled this yet as is, but I'm pretty sure I can get 50-60 grams out of it and make it look untouched. So there's the goal with the M2s and different ideas that you can do there. Here's another one that I'm working on right now. This is one coat on the wheels so far. Now you can see the traction, you can still see the tread, you can still see everything on those wheels, right? Now these ones came out severely bent. They were right out of shape when I got hold of them. Now it's still not perfect yet. You hold it down, you can see it on the other side. what the game plan is I'm going to give her a few more coats of the glue and then start sanding her down and see how much smoother I can get it. So it's going to take, I'm still going to brush sand that and then hit it with the glue again. Then give that a good brush sand. Same thing, about 6 times. Then that should have enough built up on it that it should be able to straighten that warble almost out to nothing. And then look at that. Again, that would be so pimped if we can get that to go down as fast as Hot Wheels. And that's the goal with the M2s and those pimp rims. Huh? All right. Some ideas what we can do with your M2s. I guess those are different stages of development right there. I'm going to make a slow burn video on this guy. The whole process of turning this monster into a really cool racer. All right. Thanks for hanging out for that.